Investigation podcast, episode 10. Special hello if you're listening on SoundCloud for the first time. My name is still Blondy and I'm here with Tee. How you doing, mate?
Yeah. I'm all good, bro. You good?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Just buzzing. So when we hit stop recording last week, we were waiting for Wiley to drop his dub for Stormzy, the first one, and that has happened. And since then, we've had the entire war happen within the week, which is great timing for us because now we can completely go over everything in one sitting. Yeah, let's start with Idiot Skeng 1. What was your reaction straight away to that?
Yo, this is going to be a war special this week. But yeah, going back to the dub from Wiley, I enjoyed it. It was a good dub. But I think that the first one, Idiot Skeng Man, I think that was just a couple of jabs from Wiley. He was trying to lure Stormzy into the beef, into the war. But it's not beef really, is it? But yeah, it was threw a couple of jabs at Wiley. At Stormzy. I didn't think that we'd get a reply from Stormzy, if I'm being honest, because I thought he's doing a tour. It's going to be on Jimmy Fallon in the week, like over in the US. You know what I mean? I didn't think that he'll find the time or even the, how can I put it? Even like, I didn't think that he'd even care enough to reply to Wiley, you get me? And then next minute he just dropped Disappointed, which I know not a lot of people are gonna agree with this, but I had issue with him using the drill beat. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I know it's 2020 now and MCs don't have to just spit on grime, but I think when you're personally proclaiming to be the king of grime,
yeah,
you need to do a lot more than sending on the drill beat. If you're the king of grime, spit on the grime beat. You know what I mean? Like, you're proclaiming to be the king of grime, so do it on the grime beat. Don't do it on the heady one drill beat. You know what I mean? I had an issue with that, but it was a good reply from Stormzy. I think I'm gonna edge it to Wiley on the first. You know, even though Wiley was just throwing jabs, but it was a good first round. Good way to open the war, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, for me, obviously, I agree with you. I was very surprised that Stormzy actually replied. So what we've got to bear in mind the whole time we talk about this beef is the fact that this is Stormzy's first ever war. So it's, you know, and this is Wiley's fucking lost count. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like,
definitely.
but this is the thing with the first Idiot Skeng Man, yeah. You know, we know what to expect from Wiley, innit? It was the warm up. It was the warm up, and it was just to draw Stormzy out, and he did it well. To be fair, I fucking love that dub because like I love Holy Grime or Bring Them All. I love that tune. That was like historic, innit? And Wiley went in on that. That for me is one of his best tracks ever. Do you know what I mean? And so for him to bring back that sort of flow and everything, and send for Stormzy, I really liked it, and I thought it was a really good send. And obviously, yeah, like you said, Stormzy replied with Disappointed, or actually originally he called it Dinosaur, didn't he? And then changed last minute. Obviously, I was. I mean, from the initial, look at it like how, yeah, he replied. He replied within 24 hours with a video as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but yeah, on a drill beat. Nah, like I listened to that dub like once. I listened to it once. I was like, "What the fuck is he thinking?" You know what I mean? Like, and then I listened to it again, obviously, just to remind myself again. Like,
it's a grower. I
was like, "Nah, man, I didn't like it at all. How can you fucking send on a drill beat in a grime war? That's a dickhead thing, bro." Oh.
But in fairness, and this is a fair point made by a couple of fans. In fairness, back in the day, like Dizzy and Crazy Tips when they had their war. They sent over, I think it was Crazy Titch, sent over the lean back with them. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but that's different. That's like 04, 05, wasn't it? Or whenever it was, yeah, even earlier.
But like, I wouldn't have cared if he used the drill beat if he didn't proclaim to be the king of grime. It's the fact that he said
exactly.
He's the king of grime, but he said it on the drill beat. That's what I had the issue with on that dub.
And for me, you know, for me, the thing is as well is the fact that, you know, because obviously people are like making it into football scorelines, like, oh, Wiley 1-0 or Stormzy 2-0, whatever. Yeah, for me that was that dub was an own goal, bruv. That was 2-0 at that point. That was an own goal, bruv. How are you gonna say you're the king of grime on a drill beat? I don't care, like, whatever excuses anyone makes for Stormzy. Yeah, like, I don't give a shit, mate. If you're gonna say you're the king of grime on a drill beat, it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense, mate.
Yeah, I agree fully, and I think Stormzy fell into the Wiley trap because there's no one better at drawing someone out than Wiley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, so I was completely surprised that Stormzy replied for that fact, because I thought Stormzy would have seen through it and just said, no, you know what, that's what Wiley wants, I'm not going to give it to him, whatever. But in saying that, I fully took in both dubs. I was fully on the fence because Wiley is currently my favourite MC. And I really do rate Stormzy. I know a lot of people say, oh, he's a pop artist or whatever, but I actually fully rate Stormzy. So I was on the fence with both dubs. I slightly lean towards Wiley as a artist because he's my favourite MC, but I'm not just going to turn around and say, oh, Stormzy shit, 1-0 Wiley, 2-0 Wiley, 3-0 Wiley, because I thought that Stormzy's second dub was just like, well, it was on the grime beat. He did everything. Like, people were saying, "Oh, he didn't do it on the grime beat," and then still disappointed come. And it was on the grime beat, and he was just saying, "Well, what now?" Basically, like, I spat on the grime beat. What now? What excuse can you give now of why I'm not going to win this war? And I thought that was the best send out of all. What we've had 5 out of between Wiley and Stormzy now, because right, and I think it's the best dub out of all 5. I think that edged it towards Stormzy, but then I listened again and I just thought there was, like, how can I put this? Like, there was the allegation of flipping.
Yeah,
Wiley's mum's window getting smashed and Wiley having to move his mum to Cyprus for it. And I just thought, well, personally, that's not a part. I don't see why that is an insult, because if you're involved in something like that, which I know nothing about, I don't know the incident or anything. Yeah. Just want to state that. But if you're involved in an incident like that, your job is to protect your mum at all costs, innit? So if you have to fly your mum to Cyprus to protect her, then you're doing your job, really, innit? So I don't really see how that was a pass. So
I couldn't agree more, bro.
Yeah,
that's like,
so I've kind of
didn't Skepta buy his mum a house in Nigeria as well. It's like the same thing, isn't it? So what's wrong? You know, that's actually a really nice thing. So how's that a part?
That's not a part at all. So
but for round 2, I know. So just to wrap up on round 1, we're saying, like, we're giving that to Wiley, innit?
Yeah, just because of for me, the declaration of being the king of grime, but using the drill beat, I give that one to Wiley for that reason.
Yeah. And then, like you said, so round 2, sort of the mums round, innit? Like, Wiley, because he said, obviously, I'm going to rip your mum's weave off her head in Croydon Market. Like, everyone loved that, but that
Sky News loved that bit as well. Sky News loved that.
Yeah. So this got on Sky News. I was gonna, it's like, fucking hell, like, that's mad. Like, and do you know? I mean, from the one part, it's like, it's what you come to expect from the mainstream media. They're going to make it sound as bad as possible, and they got to, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, Stormzy and White, they got a picture of him there, and like, he's like threatening to attack his mum or whatever, like obviously, but like, I don't think anyone's really surprised that the media's doing that. But still, I mean, it's the publicity, isn't it?
Yeah, they took that way too literally, though. Like, not everything is meant literally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a lyric war. You know what I mean? They're not going out there and looking for each other's mums and that. You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah, like the way they reported this, like, he's got a knife between his teeth, like, hunting down.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
he's literally waiting at Croydon Market for Stormzy's mum. It's ridiculous. But then again, it's a good thing that grime is actually being pushed out there a bit more, I suppose.
That's right, and like, that's the point, isn't it? And that's it. And obviously, So round 2, Wiley replied with he did it on the
Bounce by teaser.
And then I agree with you, to be fair, like, because Stormzy's dub was sick, mate. Like, still disappointed. Like, I can't lie. Yeah, I'm like, you know, obviously, like, it's pretty obvious how I feel about Stormzy, but like, I got to give him, like, credit for that, bruv. That was a sick send. You know what I mean? Like, but what I would say, 2 things I would say about that is the fact that, like, he was just kind of just always on about his mum. Like the whole dub was basically just like slewing his mum, and the fact that Wiley like was like apparently shook and like shipped her off to Cyprus. Yeah. All right. So like that's all really Stormzy was saying. So like, okay,
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
that. Cool.
And then what?
Exactly. And then the other thing is the fact that, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of the fact that Stormzy kind of handed himself an L as well, because he let the fan pressure sort of get to him, because like obviously he fucked up doing on a drill beat and he knew that. So then next thing you know, he's back to grime. So he's sort of already like, do you know what I'm saying? Like he knows he's fucked up, and now but he did well, mate. I think he made up for the L on the first round, and like I reckon he did edge this round, because like it was a fucking sick beat and everything as well, man. Like,
I would say, like, for the simple fact that after you look beyond the mum insult, it was fairly even. You know what I mean? So I would give that round as even. Like, so going into like the third dub, obviously we haven't heard one from Stormzy yet. I've got Wiley 1-0 up. I said 2-0 on Twitter the other day, but I think Stormzy's dub was. I know the mum diss was a bit rah, but it was still an excellent reply.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna say that was an even round. So
and do you know the other thing? Sorry to interrupt, but do you know the other thing as well, which is interesting, because obviously Janie Cowie, Wiley's sister, she's obviously on the Twitter and everything as well, and it was funny seeing. Because they were atting each other, Wiley and his sister. They were laughing about because obviously they got the same mum, innit? So like they were laughing about what Stormzy was saying, like, and Wiley's sister was going like, I can't believe like this guy, like, because what was it? Wasn't Stormzy like in a church the other day reading off the Bible or something? And then she was like, how can he say things about my mum, which is bullshit? And you know, she was claiming that what Stormzy was saying was bullshit, and then at the same time you're doing all this Bible stuff, like that's wrong, and I you know and. Yeah, you got to, you know, and that's straight from the horse's mouth, in it as well. Like, so, you know, puts a little bit of shade on what he said as well, again, because that's coming from Wiley's sister, who's not even like, you know, do you know what I'm saying?
And the third round, yeah, going back to the actual clashing, because like, obviously we're reporting on like the war.
Of course. It's round 3, yeah. Well, it's one dub.
It's one dub. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You can't really call it a round at the moment, because obviously we haven't had a reply from Stormzy, but I actually love the Wiley send over
one take,
Rude Kids one take. If you haven't got that, go and get that. But yeah, actually I love that beat, and I just think Wiley was like, the fact it's such a stupid part, but I cracked up at it when he called Stormzy Chewbacca.
Yeah. Everyone loved that one, innit?
If that come from any other MC, it would be like stupid. But the fact that Wiley said it is just so, like, you know, I just find Wiley hilarious. Even when he's being serious, he just cracks me up. You know what I mean? So I love that send. So
it was
I can't really call it as a round. I can't really say Wiley won that round, because obviously we haven't had a dub from Stormzy. I know
I don't think Stormzy's going to reply to that though.
I think he's had enough now. You know what I mean? Like,
he said in the second, he said in the still disciplined. I think he said something to the effect of like, "This, I'm not, you know, this is my last dub for you." But that was strange as well, because he said that, and then he said at the end, like, you've got 24 hours to reply. So like, you can't really chat about replying if you're not planning to reply again. So, you know, but yeah, I think overall, so say we had to score it. And this is just Wiley and Stormzy. We'll get into Cadell and everyone else like in a minute. But how are we weighing it up? So like the first round goes to Wiley, and you know I'd even give it 2-0, because like I feel like Stormzy's dub was an own goal, like on a drill beat as well. Like I would give that 2-0. Like obviously that's not really how it works. So, but I think we're in an agreement that goes to Wiley, isn't it?
I think Wiley won, but I'd rather have it as a 1-0 personally than a 2-0, because I think the second was very even.
Yeah, I agree. I think so as well.
I can't look. Like, I thought Stormzy's second was excellent. So, but Wiley's the king in it of grime. Wiley is like, all these declarations that anyone could make that they're the king of grime. You're lying. Wiley's the king of grime. Like,
always has been, always will be. As well.
Yeah, let's have it straight. And no one could draw anyone out like Wiley can draw you out.
He is the Godfather, isn't it? Like, straight. There's like, he's got that title for a reason, isn't it?
Exactly. He's been there. He's done that. I mean, when you take into account that Wiley has sent for every big MC in the game, well, nearly enough every big MC. He's what gets
Skepta, Dizzy, Trim,
Not Rotten, Trim,
Storming,
Wretch 3-2,
Sharky.
You know,
Fair,
it's
mate.
just anyone who's anyone.
Devlin.
Yeah.
Fucking
It's
hell, the
just-
whole movement actually.
And it's
People,
just
Bizzle, Bruck, the list goes on, isn't it? BBK more or less. Dot, obviously, yeah, man.
and you can't say that Wiley has been obliterated in any of them. The closest that Wiley come to losing, and I'm not gonna just talk out any sort of rubbish now. I feel that personally, the closest Wiley came to losing was when Devlin dropped extra. That is the closest Wiley came to defeat.
I agree. Oh, to be fair, I think Devlin murked him on that. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
That dub is in the top 5 for sure. All
maybe.
time.
Do you know what? I don't think it'd be even too much of a stretch to say it's top 1. Like that. I mean, it's hard, obviously, to ever say that, but like to ever say something is like concrete the best. But
we can debate this next week. Actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Top 5.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, what I will say going back to this war is, I don't think any of these dubs are gonna have replay value like the dubs of yesteryear. It's not to do with the music of nowadays being rubbish, but I don't think they're gonna be held in the same regard as what Wiley's movement sins are, or any other dub, you know. So it is what it is. It's done now. I do think Stormzy needs to reply to Cadell though.
Yes, so that was interesting. So Cadell replied soon after, still disappointed.
Yep.
And before Wiley did Idiot Skin Man 3. And his send was called World War 3, and it was only on SoundCloud for a bit. So yeah, what do we think of that?
How many dubs have we got in total now? I mean, Doc Rotten must have dropped about 20 by himself.
Yeah,
Wiley's
so we'd say Wiley. Yeah, obviously Wiley won this.
Wiley
we'd
won.
have to say that. on every level except obviously numbers, because Stormzy's such a he's a pop star, isn't it? Oh, and this is the other thing I did quickly want to say: the fact that I think in Stormzy's first dub, either the first or the second one, he said something like, I don't even mind that people think I'm pop. Bruv, that is the biggest par ever, mate. When Chip was beefing Bugsy, yeah, Bugsy kept calling him, you're a pop star, That's like a big diss, isn't it? And then if you're just accepting that, then, you know. But yeah, so in between all of this, we had a send, Dot Rotten sent for Stormzy. Twice, I think. And then Cadell obviously got involved. So Dot Rotten did his own war report. That dub was sick. He sent for bare people as well. He sent for Wiley, JK, Nasty, AJ Tracy, Boy Better Know. He was saying a lot on that one. And then obviously Cadell as well. Well, yeah, what do we think of these?
I think Dot's War report was his best dub that he dropped, because he went out 5-6 MCs. Yeah. And the dub for Stormzy, I didn't really enjoy. I thought I sort of big up Dot, you know. He came back on a mission to just say boom, I'm here, you know what I mean? And he sent for everyone. But
well, that's it. He's the one that started all this, really.
Yeah. But the dubs for Stormzy was kind of irrelevant, because, to be honest, Stormzy is embroiled in a war with Wiley right now. Yeah. And Stormzy's going at the top Grime MC. So for him, there's no reason for him to reply to Dot. You know, no disrespect to Dot, because I think he's an excellent MC, and I think he's arguably top 3 in the top producers of Grime all time. Arguably, no one kill me for my opinion there, please. But yeah, I kind of I thought that dub for Stormzy was irrelevant, but his war report one, he called out a few other names that I thought he was gonna get a reply from, but he hasn't yet. Although Wiley has aimed a few bars in his direction, obviously, because JK replied. JK already sent for him earlier, so I don't know if JK's going to reply. I don't think Big Nasty will. I'm not sure AJ Tracy will. Wiley might again eventually. I don't think Stormzy will, so it's a bit...
It's funny as well, because Dot is saying he's accusing Stormzy of he's only... The only reason he's not replying to Dot is because of clout, innit? Dot doesn't have enough clout for Stormzy to bother with. But then at the same time, Dot is ignoring people like SBK, Dizzle AP, Donny. Yeah. He's ignoring people like that, so you can't really say about clout, because you're doing exactly the same thing. You're cussing people because they don't have a 5K mic. That's dead, isn't it? That's
that's dead. That is dead, because you called for that. You insulted Grime. Yeah. You proclaim to be the Grime King, and now you've got these MCs that you're probably looking at because they're young, that you ain't gonna bother replying to, but you gotta reply to them, really. I feel, because they're saying things in their dubs. They're not just talking rubbish, and they're not rubbish dubs. They're all good dubs as well.
They're all hard. They're all hard.
So for me, you're claiming to be the king, and these people are saying, "No, you're not the king, bruv."
Yeah.
Like, show them you're the king, innit? You know what I mean? Like, if I said to, like, if I was boxing and I said, "Oh, I can beat anyone in boxing," and then someone called me out, you know what I mean? I'll have to go and step up then to prove myself, innit? So, you know what I mean? Like, you called for it, you're getting it, so step up, man. Stop trying to wall these Stormzy and that. You got to take care of these youngsters that are at your neck, bro.
That's it as well, although it is a bit of a shame, because at the end of the day, you know, obviously Stormzy versus Wiley, that's got all the attention. That's been trending everywhere. It's been doing bits like numbers wise and stuff. But it is a little bit of a shame from a Grime head perspective, because only a few weeks ago it was Wiley versus Dot Rotten, and when it comes to Grime, that's bigger than Wiley versus Stormzy. That's much bigger. Dot and Wiley, they have their roots going straight through the history of Grime. Stormzy's like a new kid on the block, really. And I was thinking about this comparison. It's a bit like kind of, if you have Wiley and Dot as like Man United, Arsenal, do you know what I mean? Like former greats that have sort of fell off a bit. Not fell off, but you know what I'm saying? They're not what they used to be in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always going to be historical, those two. But it's not still like going to get the same as like, say you're comparing like Stormzy to like Man City, innit? It's like just got all this new money, not really any history, but like bang, you know, he's the one in the limelight, innit? So he's always going to, but like that thing between Dot Rotten and Wiley, that's always going to have more. That's got so much historical significance in that. Do you know what I mean? Like, and only really grime heads will appreciate that. And when you boil it down, it is actually like it's a bigger thing than Wiley Stormzy. That's just like that wasn't too deep. I know people are like, oh, it's mums and that, but like that's standard really in a grime war, innit? It didn't go deep like what stuff like what Dot was saying, innit, on his dubs. So it is a little bit of a shame that Dot's been like swept under the rug with all this. And, I mean, obviously, the real ones, they'll always credit him for this war, and everyone should know that Wiley and Stormzy is only a thing because of Dot.
Yeah, it's definitely born off anything that Dot done before. But what I will say is that Dot, you know, you disrespected grime by saying it's abolished. You know what I mean? Like these young grime MCs are just saying it's not abolished. We're here. We're the future, and they're at your neck. You know what I mean? They're not letting you get away with it. They're not just tweeting for tweeting's sake. They're actually making dubs. They're at your neck for that. You know what I mean, bruv? You gotta, like, you might think you're too big to reply to them, but trust me, you're not. These young MCs, they're the future. You know what I mean? And if they're you know what I mean? Step up, man. Like, reply to them. SBK, he sent for you twice.
Exactly. And imagine if Wiley. Exactly, and imagine if Wiley took that attitude when Dot was sending for him, when Dot was a youth. Do you know what I mean? Like when Dot was Wiley just gone, oh, you're young, you don't have an expensive mic, fuck you. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what Dot's doing to these lads. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. How old was Devlin? Do you know what I mean? Like, Devlin was young. Exactly. And
17, I think.
Yeah, and look at his stuff. Don't age is not a barrier with these guys, man. Trust me. Exactly. Their talent is beyond that.
Exactly. But that makes you think, it is a bit of a clout thing. And we have to say, like, in the back of your mind, you've got to go, well, yeah, Wiley's got a new album dropping. So there is that. Yeah. Like, he knows what he's doing, innit?
Yeah, definitely. He's the best at that, innit?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And he was still doing his thing, and this is where it's interesting. You can compare because Stormzy, I think a big reason why a lot of people weren't expecting him to reply was because he's on his label, wouldn't let him do it or whatever. But you know, obviously, he still did.
Twinbee is a grime guy, isn't it? Though, really, he's like Twinbee is known in grime. So,
what you think deep down?
Yeah, I think deep down he just turned around and said, "You know what, Stormzy, you can't do what you got to do, bro. You know what I mean?"
Right, I see what you mean. Yeah. No, yeah.
As long as you don't interfere with your your media work and all that, you know what I mean. Yeah. Just drop a quick dub on him and show him what you can do. And Stormzy didn't let himself down. No one can ever say that Stormzy's rubbish and let himself down or whatever, because he held it up.
He did. That second dub was sick. Still disappointing. Can't take that away from the bar about Terminal 4. Like that was pretty sick, innit? Like,
yeah, I swear that don't fly that to Cyprus, though. But
it's not. Oh, I wouldn't know, mate. I can't afford them.
I swear it don't.
But But yeah, man. But Wiley kept doing his thing. It's interesting to compare like someone who's just like totally in control of their own. So it's just Wiley's just saying what he likes, and he even did a little send for JK. Well, I mean, not really a send, but he was doing like that made me laugh, and he was doing like like an alphabet challenge. He's like JK, and he stops and he's like, whoop, you know.
I think Maxwell D said it best when he turned around and said, "Well done, Stormzy, but you must know Wiley ain't gonna give out until an MC's dead." I think that's the best way to put it, because Wiley's not gonna stop until Wiley wins.
Yeah,
simple as. And yeah, that could go on. We could get 10 dubs, or we could just leave it there. But Wiley ain't gonna give in until Wiley wins, and that's what I love about him, innit?
Exactly, and I think that's happened now. I think it's safe to say Wiley did overall win that. From my opinion, you know,
people would disagree, but it's all opinion based, so please don't take it that we think that we're the oracle when we know everything. It's just all opinion based, you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
One thing I did like, I have a little note here about Papa John's getting involved. That was well funny.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I see the mock art of the pizza, and I like the way they incorporated the E3 as well.
That was sick. You can see Grime had made that in it.
Yeah, but going back, I mean, we mentioned Stormzy, but there was a Grizzly and Mischief. They sent dubs towards each other, although they're cool with each other. You know, I don't even think it was the same from Grizzly. I think he just put his thoughts out there. You know that.
Yeah.
You're arguing over stupidity. You know what I mean? And he's a grown man. He knows that people are arguing about names and that. It's just stupid, isn't it? So he just put it on the dub.
Yeah. Been a couple producer wars I've seen kicking off as well. Like
Louis, that's kicking off now. Yeah, Louis B calling out. Like, I've seen he sent for Novelist, Ali Beats. There's a couple of others in there that are sending. I know Jim B's going to be sending, but yeah, that might pick up pace by the time we do next week's show.
Yeah. There's a dub that is, I think, really important that no one's paying attention to. Raw Smilez sent for Jammer.
Love it. That kiss off. Yeah. You know what? Because, I don't know where I stand on that, because I can understand why Raw Smilez sent. You know what I mean? I can understand why he sent for Jammer.
I think he's in the right, to be fair. If Jammer's straight up teethed his idea, then...
Exactly. To me, it's a blatant cap. You know what I mean? He stole... Like, someone's... Like, even the design. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fucking straight away, that's a copy and paste thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a blatant rip-off, so I think, you know what I mean, Jammer, you got to answer that, man.
Yeah, that's embarrassing, bro. I didn't even know about this until I saw it come across the dub. I was like, oh, I didn't even know Jammer stole all that shit. That's embarrassing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of Jammer, but still, man.
Yeah. I saw both of them, but I never made the connection. You know what I mean? Because I remember seeing Raw Smilez from months ago.
I thought it was like maybe they're involved or something together. Maybe it's like a collab thing, which I wasn't aware of. I just kind of didn't really realise what was actually going on. Do you know what I mean?
It seems as well that not a lot of people have clocked on as well. You know what I mean? Because there hasn't been any mention of it. Maybe there would have been a mention if it was like an up and coming MC, but because it's someone like Jammer, you know what I mean? Like one of the Grime Scene legends, really. That people ain't really paying it much attention. But Grime Scene legend or not, man, you can't go around catting people. You know what I mean?
Especially at that big age as well, bro. You should have enough like in the tank to not have to resort to that, innit? That's
exactly. Yeah. And Raw Smilez ain't a young guy either, you know what I mean? He knows when he's being ripped off, so
exactly.
So he just sent a dub, you know what I mean? So now it's on Jammer to reply on that. So
Jammer's been a little bit weak in wars from his history as well, isn't it? Like when Lethal Bizzle was going at him, I don't, like he doesn't really stand up well in the war, but he should definitely reply. I don't think he will, unfortunately, but. Like, I think because if he did, then a lot of people would realise actually, like, he would be exposing himself in it. Right now, the best thing he can do, to be fair, is ignore Raw Smilez.
Keep quiet. Yeah, definitely.
But he's right. He's probably just rightfully, like, he's been called out and he just doesn't, it is a bit embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, but let's just clear out that Raw Smilez is definitely within his right to send.
Definitely, and it was a hard dub as well. That's got to be.
It's a very good dub. I enjoyed it. Like, I'm a big fan of Raw Smilez from way back in the day as well. Anyway, so I'm glad to see him back on it, man.
Yeah, man. And just to wrap up on the whole sending stuff, there were no like war dubs or anything, but Dot Rotten fair play. He had enough of like all these platforms blackballing him. He was like calling out GRM Daily, SBT. I think it's a little bit unfair on SBTV, isn't it? He's saying things about Jamal Edwards. I big up Jamal Edwards, actually. I rate that, Donny, innit? But
Yeah,
like,
he's a legend. I don't know why you got in that SBTV because they were sharing like all the dubs. You know what I mean?
they were being fair, bruv. You can't like. How are you saying things? By all means, go for GRM and link up, but that's unfair to like go for SBTV. He has. They've been doing their thing, innit? Like respect.
Yeah. But I fully get where he's coming from on the other platforms because he has been disrespected. He has been blackballed.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine he dropped like a dozen sends before Wiley sent. And no one wrote anything about it.
It's true. He's done the most and got the least coverage.
And then Wiley drops a send and then all these major platforms are talking about Wiley, apart from SBTV because they was fair. But other than them, all these other platforms started talking about Wiley, Stormzy, all these other things, but they didn't give Dot no coverage. Now, I can understand that Dot might be a bit of an up and down character, but you still got to be unbiased in the war. You know what I mean? You got to report it correctly.
And you can't act like he doesn't exist. That's wrong, man.
No, man, he was heavily involved as well. You know what I mean? It all kicked off because of Dot. So exactly. give him his credence, innit? You know, pay him his dues. Don't act like he's any guy.
So we had a lot of new music this week as well. We've had, in total, from what I've seen, we've had 4 Grime projects come out. So, I mean, well, actually, the first one, right, I want to talk about Dot Rotten 808s and sorry, let me say that again. The first one, Dot Rotten 808s and Gunshots. Yeah, that was a full album, no features or anything. A lot of like rap and hip hop on that, showing Dot's versatility. Obviously, there are a few grime tracks on there. Obviously, what did you think of that, bruv?
I haven't listened to it all the way through, but from what I have heard, it's a very, very solid release. I mean, it's just Dot showcasing what Dot is about, innit? You know what I mean? It's
exactly.
Production-wise, lyric-wise, I mean, it's just Dot, innit? So, yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, he's been doing his thing, man. He's doing this daily release thing as well. That's sick. It's hard to keep up with him, I'm not going to lie, but big respect. Like the work rate's insane, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Then we had Grizzly's album, Authentic Product of Grime.
Yeah, I'm loving that. Got that all them songs are in my playlist. It's a very solid, good few features on that as well. There are a couple of MCs that I'm not really I don't really know a lot about, but a couple of them that the features come through and they really surprised me. So I'm going to be checking their music out for sure. And yeah, man, I knew what Grizzly could do from his AWOL Volume 1 and 2 days as well. So I expected nothing less. Brilliant release. Really, really solid release. I want to hear more of Grizzly as well in 2020. I think
big up Grizzly all the way, man.
Yeah, man. Because he's an MC that goes under the radar a lot, but he's a very solid MC. I don't know why he hasn't got his dues either. You know what I mean? Like, it's another MC.
Yeah. Grizzly's hard, bruv.
Yeah, it's sick.
Exactly. And then so then we had Filthy Gears. He done an album, No More Hero. I really like this one. Again, solid bit of work.
Solid, very solid. I'm very surprised by Filthy Gears' level of lyricism as well. I really didn't expect him to come that hard. I'm telling you. Like, I knew he was like one of the best producers in the game currently, but lyrically as well, like he's a very, very sick MC. Like, I was shocked. Shocked by it.
Well, he's got bars, he's got flow, he's got everything, man.
Yeah, very, very, he could be the today's flipping JME or something, man. Because like even better as an MC, really, he hones his craft. Yeah, but very loving that album. That's a non-stop, man.
Birmingham MC as well. I mean, you have to call him an MC now as well as a producer, innit?
MC producer.
He's opened that,
I think that, the thing with Filthy Gear is now, I don't think you can look at him as just a hard producer. He's now an artist.
Like, I hope that's the first of many, innit?
Yeah, hopefully, because, yeah, man, that's sick. You know what I mean? Well done. Good to see Vortex back on Grime as well.
And Snowy Danger as well, because he did, he featured on both Filthy Gears and Grizzly's albums.
Yeah, and
he went in on both of them.
Yeah, he's putting in the work. Yeah, he's putting in the work, innit? He's got his own release coming out like sometime in the future.
Debut album, innit?
Yeah, Yeah, man, Snowy Danger's killing it at the moment. He's a character
Yeah,
as well,
man.
isn't it?
He's such a geese, isn't it?
I love a character, man.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah, he's as large as life as they come, innit?
Yeah.
And then last but not least, we had SBK's EP Level Up.
Yeah, excellent release. It's just SBK all over. You know what I mean? Like, what can I say, man? It's just SBK proving once again why he's one of the best young MCs in the business, and I like the fact he used his own productions as well.
Yeah. You can always get behind that, bro. Same with Filthy Gears as well. He produced like the majority of his album, didn't he?
Yeah, it's just man. I can't big up that release enough. Yeah,
you've got to check all of them out. And do you know what I've noticed as well? Looking at those 4 projects, right? So 808s and Gunshots, Authentic Product of Grime, No More Heroes, and Level Up. Yeah, they've all been done independently. They're not on labels or anything. All of those, Dot Rotten, Grizzly, Filthy Gears, and SBK, they're all independent.
I'm hoping more follow the lead as well, man, because you don't really need these labels. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's great to see, and it shows like what a healthy place Grime is in right now, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're all coming through. They're all coming through.
Yeah.
Banger after banger as well. It's like
exactly, and I did want to mention as well, because I managed to finish working through Maxwell D's 2 albums. Grime OG, man, that is a serious album, bro. Please, people, check that out. That's an instant classic. I really enjoyed that album. And you know what's mad as well? Because, bruv, these projects that we've just mentioned, these albums, bruv, there's hardly any skips in them all, if any. Like, the levels have gone up, bruv. Like, seriously, there's no skips. There's no tracks that I would, like, get rid of from my playlist, isn't it? They're all, like, all consistent.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the key word, consistent. Consistently sick. Like, I like you said, I can't skip a track. I'll put them all in my playlist on YouTube Music because I use YouTube Music. They're all in my playlist on that, and man, I can't big them up enough. You know what I mean? Yes, I hope the levels carry on throughout the year. Everyone's on their A game, innit? It's got P Money release coming, Snowy James release coming, and well, I know P Money.
What's his name? Merkston as well.
Yeah, Merkston's got a release. Yeah, don't forget that. Yeah, so yeah, man, it's looking to be an excellent year.
So yeah, the last little bit wanted to mention, Rude Kid finally got his Kiss FM Christmas set up. What did we think of that, mate?
Oh, mate. You know what the bad thing about it is that first 20 minutes was fire. You had Drifter, Hitman Hyper, Gender, like all these big name MCs. Killer P kicked it off. And I was just like,
Killer P went in.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I'm hearing all these MCs that have been about for a time, and I'm just like, this is fire. I mean, K9 was killing it.
Yeah.
And then it went from being a 10 to being a 2 because, like, I don't want to disrespect any MC that featured, but some of the young MCs that come along and they basically disrespected the set because they were trying to grab mics. They was trying to grab mics off MCs that have put themselves in a position to be getting invites to them sort of sets. No disrespect to anyone who didn't get an invite because obviously I'm not Rude Kid, you know what I mean? But and they just started trying to drag mics out of people's hands and their spitting weren't the best, you know what I mean? And it become a disaster, and that's no fault of Rude Kid's own because obviously you know that someone leaked the address and that, and all these unknown MCs
certain didn't deserve to be there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not fair on anyone. It's not fair on the people who were invited. It's not fair on Rude Kid. It's not fair on the fucking. I feel sorry for the editors as well. Whoever had to put that together, man.
Exactly.
My heart goes out to you, man.
and the thing is as well, what I don't like about it is that like you're watching and you're seeing. At any given point, you might think to yourself, right, I'm going to turn this off because these MCs shouldn't be here. And you're going to turn it off and miss out on hearing MCs that should have been there. Because I know a few MCs coming a bit later on the set, like Deadly, Razor, K9 and Joe So Sick went back to back, which was brilliant.
Yeah.
But you could have turned that off before then and you wouldn't have heard that. And that, to me, that was just a bit unfair, really.
You're spot on, bro.
I don't want to disrespect them, but you got to know what's for you and what isn't. And that Rookie set wasn't for a lot of MCs that turn up.
Exactly. Like on one hand, I am always like, I'm all for go grab the opportunity, but on the other hand, like, make it count as well. Do you know what I mean? Because like you say, man, the way people were fucking going for that mic, it was like it was the cure to cancer. Do you know what I mean? Like the way people were going for that, it was.
You know what I mean? It could have went very left for them as well because.
Yeah, man, I was a bit shit. Like certain times, I was like, "Oh, is this going to kick off?" Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Big up all the MCs that managed to keep their emotions in check, because you could tell from a lot of their faces that they wanted to do something, but they kept it professional. You know what I mean? Definitely. So that could have went left. You know what I mean? And that could have fucked up things for the MC in question. Could have fucked up things for Rude Kid.
Yeah, definitely. Could have cost him his job. You know what I mean?
Exactly. There would have been a lot of ramifications in it. You know what I mean? So just like chill out a bit, man. Your time will come. You know what I mean? Just play the waiting game.
Yeah, exactly, man. But overall, it was an enjoyable set. It was eventful, that's for sure. Like
it was eventful for all the wrong reasons, man.
I mean, there was a bit I really liked bit where Funky D he was in the middle of it all. Like, do you know what I mean? That
I love Funky.
That was jokes when he was going against
Mischief.
Yeah, them two. Yeah, that was jokes. Like Funky D's ruthless, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like the guy was like. The
guy is such an entertaining character, you know what I mean? He's just and I think, like, no disrespect, I like Mischief. I think he's a good MC, you know, and I think that he done well in the clash with Funky. But Mischief, please, bruv, you bit off more than you can chew. Leave it now.
Trust. It was peak. I felt peak for him, man. I'm not gonna lie. He still like held his own in it. He did his best.
Yeah, he did, but man, Funky's Funky, innit?
Yeah, man. Big up Funky D, innit?
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, I think that just about wraps up everything that's happened in the last week. Like, it's been a mad one, bro.
Mad. What season, innit, man? That's what it does, man.
Yeah, man. When we started this podcast, we're on episode 10 now, innit? And I remember at the start, all we were doing was begging for wars and shit. Now we've got more than we know what to do with. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I can't even keep up sometimes, man.
Yeah, it's mad still. Like, I'm
glad. Let me just say one thing though, yeah. I know there's a send coming for someone as well, because I've been sent it already. So,
what are you saying?
Yeah, no, there's a dub coming, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, I've heard it already, in it. So all I'm saying is that another MC's due to get his head took off.
Swear. Is that what we're getting?
Yeah, boy, there's something to look forward to there.
Yeah, because I did see a couple of things in it, because like I saw like Chip, he's obviously getting ready for something in it. Like, it's not over yet, is it?
No, it's not done, boy. Trust me, this is coming out of left field as well. So,
yeah, you got me thinking now, oi.
I heard it's disrespectful as well, bruv. Trust me, it's disrespectful, but yeah, man, that's one for the fans to think about.
All right, mate. Oh, there you go. That's a Grime Scene investigation exclusive, bro.
Yeah.
All right then. Well, you'll get to hear all about that next week, I guess.
Yeah, I might. I want to big up Run the Rhythm, Els. Mate, she's a big. You know what I mean? Like, follow her blog, man. Listen to her on Top FM. I'm trying to get her on the show next week, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah. So, Els, I'm putting this out there, yeah? Want you on the show next week.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be mad.
Big her up.
Yeah, man. That's sick. Yeah. Everyone should definitely go check out. She's a great writer, man. She did like an interview with you as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, about the pirate radio as well. But she done an excellent piece on Rude Kid and Gets.
Yeah, Legends Don't Die. That was mad.
Yeah, she done a piece on that, man. I suggest everyone go and read that as well.
Yeah, definitely, man. But yeah, I think that's just about it for this week. It's been a good one, man. Really enjoyed this. Big up if you're listening on SoundCloud, especially. We're finally on there.
Finally.
Yeah, but yeah, make sure you follow us on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on SoundCloud as well. That's going to be like those places are our homes now, innit? So, you know, look out for us on all three of those platforms.
Yeah, man. Share the links as well that we post up, man, because we're trying to get everyone involved.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, that's the thing we can do with our platform, innit? We share everything that comes our way. We don't obviously discriminate on nothing. Like, whatever we see, if we think it's nang, we're gonna repost it, innit? Like, we're gonna share it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and remember, man, it's all opinion based. We don't think we know everything, and we don't try and disrespect anyone. We just give our opinions. If we're wrong, we're wrong. If we're right, innit? You know what I mean?
I know, like that's what I'm saying. We don't make nothing out of this. We just do it because we love grime and we're just doing our little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's, you know, and that's it. We do like genuinely like appreciate every single person that listens, man. Like the fact that we get like 100 views plus every week, that means so much to me. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. That's what it's all about, man. Yeah.
So yeah, big up everyone. Big up T. Like, it was a pleasure doing this with you, man. Good luck.
Always, man.
Yeah, man. And yeah, we'll be back next week.
Boom.